What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be breaking down a play that we took both live for free over on Twitch. You guys already know, if you need money, if you're hungry, if you have no money, you need to make money trading, just do it into the Twitch. I give out bangers. This is a 10R trade that we took. It was a beautiful trade. We literally sniped the top, never hit drawdown, and as well alerted live in the Discord. So if you're busy, boom, text alert, Antonio's inputs. I don't even need to look at the chart. I enter. Antonio's still in, I keep in. Antonio took profits, I take profit. Bada bing, bada bang, make money. Very easy. If you want to join the Discord, the wait list to join, we're going to be opening up more spots very, very soon. It will be down below. Let's get into it. And this is a great video. Oh, this is a great trade because yesterday I made a video on how to find your daily bias, which I'm sure you watched. If you didn't, go watch it because that video has a lot to do with this trade that we took today. Our entry, I'm not like I'm not even like making this up that the entry was literally the top. It was literally the top. It was at exactly 4398.0 on the SPX 500. Of course, it took SPY 437 puts, I believe, or 438 puts for tomorrow's expiration, which ran well over 100%. And a really interesting thing, I will talk about a setup which I've not really made any videos about. This long reversal setup here, which I was not really not taking, but it was a setup that I really like and I think you guys should be studying. But you have to watch till the very end to find out about this setup at the very end. First, we'll talk about the actual trade that we did take. Per usual, guys, where do we start? We always started on the higher time frame. We see here we're sitting where? At major resistance. I made a tweet. I said on my Twitter, long. Are you really longing this with showing this major resistance? Of course, can it blow through it? You can totally blow through it, but at least my risk to reward is about 2 points, guys. My risk was above this 442, and our entry was around 4398. So is that 4 points? I think it was 4 points. But if I go long, where's your risk? You gotta take your risk under these lows, and it's really bad. And where's your reward? Maybe here. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you're looking for the short setup, and especially after a nice strong rally, more than likely you're looking for a decently short setup. And in combination, keep a look at our fibs. We're kind of sitting right into that magical pocket of the golden pocket. Now we jump into that 4-hour time frame. To keep in mind, today we also had some Fed speakers, so it's gonna be a little bit of a hectic day, but again, sitting right into that resistance, the very top of the resistance, 4438. As you guys know, one of my rules is I usually don't trade the very first 5 to 15 minute. Sometimes I'll break that rule, but most of the times I'm not trading the first 5 to 15 minute. So that was what kind of helped us snipe that top. Kind of let that first few candles play out, and do not get baited, guys. The issue is that a lot of people get baited, right? You have 930, you see this little boom green candle, you get baited in 950. Things happen, things usually change. So you tend to have on the very first 15-minute candle, you kind of have a bait to then run it opposite way. That's why very oftentimes I like to wait a very 5 to 15-minute play out to kind of see where we're at. So we hit this major lower resistance. We saw that our target, our risk was this 4402 area. And our potential target was around these lows right here. It ran past that to giving us a 1 to 7 risk reward. I'll be honest with you guys, my last profit was probably around this level, so I'll probably call it 1 to 5, but it's fine. You can catch the whole move. If I catch 60 to 70% of the whole move, usually I tend to be very happy with that. So the reason for the entry again was looking for that reversal, especially after the Fed speakers, because the Fed speaker ended up talking I think till 9:30, 9:45. So kind of wait for that kind of news to play out, and then enter your position. As you can see, one of the first thing you want to notice is like when I enter this trade, I first did not talk about a profit target, but straight away I talked about where's my risk. And when you're trading, you have to understand that the number one thing, the first thing you want to look for is your risk. Understand what your risk is, and then look for the most probable entry, which was this 3398 level that I had. On the SPY was a 448 level. I also had on my Thinkorswim, and I'll show that real quick. On my Thinkorswim, I had this 438 pivot. And if you guys tune in the streams, I gotta raise the opacity because I had something else earlier. If you guys tune in the stream, you see that I do look at these pivot points that I have scripted on Thinkorswim. There's exactly the top, and we saw this deceleration here on the smaller time frame. As you get the doji and then you get the reversal, we enter right on this doji candle right here. Also, what this kind of reminds you of, again, if I told you to look at yesterday's video, I was looking for a Wyckoff distribution type of look. Now I like to look at the kind of the easier, these easier ones to see, and look what happens if I draw this out. It's kind of hard to make it perfect, but you get the whole idea. And then bada bang, roughly something like this. Let me make it big. And the reason why I'm talking about this, and look at this, this will be your resistance area. It would be, right here's two lines will be roughly around right here. So to make this a little bit bigger. There you go, something like that. Looks a little better in a higher time frame. But the reason why I brought this up is because I made a video yesterday talking to how the lenses at which see the market, and how I find my biases for trades. And one of them is I studied a lot of Wyckoff, which again, if you look at just Wyckoff, it is not as easy to just look for an entry. But when I'm looking at the chart, I see this distribution phase building up on this lower time frame and looking for that pullback, right? So that's the kind of one of the other things that the way I'm looking at the market matters a lot, not for just an exact entry, but to also have that confidence to taking it on that trade. Trade is of course taken on a technical standpoint, major resistance we were at. You had a major fair value gap that we were testing. We had a strong rally, so kind of looking for the pullback, and then quickly kind of got folded. And then my PTs were some of the usual PTs. Take out these first lows, make sure we did not have a higher low here to make. So my first PT was roughly right around right here. Second PT was the previous day close, which was right here, and you guys see I actually did bounce and actually rejected our previous PT level, and then consolidated for a while, and then you had a big push down. And my third PT was this equal lows and previous support area, you see support and resistance area, and actually went lower. And I want to talk about this a little bit. I want to dive into why did it go lower and then quickly reverse. It is something actually that I've been looking at and then thinking about a lot, and this is what we call a V recovery, right? And it's called being on this side of the V, or on the sides, then bounces back up. Is a right side of the V setup, which I did study for some time, but it is not as easy to find on the ETFs as it is on individual stocks based on certain parameters. But you look for this right side of the V setup, actually using volume, and it's not something I speak a lot, volume, very horizontal volume very often, because it's not something really I'm too much of a huge fan of. But if we go to the 1 minute time frame, actually I want to point this out real quick. On the 1 minute time frame, boom, 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 and I actually want to look at the SPY, not so much SPX 500. There you go. The SPY will be a little bit better. So when you're looking at this, there you go. Oh look, this is some of our notes from the trade that we took. Gotta clean this up. But you can see actually I did have 435 support here. So here you go. When I'm looking for a right side of the V setup, I want to see this volume increasingly accelerate on a big sell-off. So what do we see here? So usually midday, so pretty much anything after 10:30 to really like 3 p.m., you'll see very, very low amount of volume, very much like you see here, 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 here. Now these big volume spikes that you see usually can be used as a trading opportunity for a reversal trade. But what you want to see is low volume, or so you see, into a big volume spike, back into low volume, and this big volume spike move into a big direction. So we saw here, so this big volume spike increase right around these bottoms right here, big sell-off into that big reversal. And again, that's in confluence with a couple other things, can be very strong reversals. And I'm not a huge fan of the 1 minute, but I'm just showing you guys the 1 minute just to kind of show you guys the volume I'm talking about. You see this big volume spike here. I know you did have a big volume candle over here, but you guys see it was not followed up with any sell-off, so it would have not been something I'd be looking at. And here you did have it, and also in confluence with this 435 level, which was also a key level that we had. Remember our drawings, and I also want to show you guys how on the 15-minute time frame this also looks. 15-minute time frame, very important, right, to look at. Is look at that 15 minutes, and that's where you'll be trading. You would not be trading at 1 minute, you'll be trading on the 5 to 15 minutes. I'm a personally big fan of the 15 minute. Look where the largest candle was for the day, right? Of course, you always have that last candle being usually 90% of the times, these last 15 minutes be the ones that has the most volume. But before that, 90% of times it's gonna be the opening candle, but look at this candle. This is what we call a liquidation candle. So liquidation means huge red into an abnormally big volume, and this doesn't look insanely abnormal but for the for the ETFs it is. Like look at all these days, right? You done all days top candle. Guess what happened? Top candle. Here's something we can look at. Here's market close, right? Market close, all right, open. But this is something you do want to know on top of having a 435 support area right there. So that's something we call a liquidation candle into the right side of the V setup. So this is something that you can add to your playbook. And more often than not, this works on individual stocks a lot better, especially after some kind of news or some kind of event. This tends to be a very good setup. But I noticed it today on the S&P. I was not trading it live. I was not actually on the charts. I was getting, you can see your boy. He had the fresh haircut. You know, your boy was getting the fresh haircut. You know, let's smash the like button for the fresh haircut. But it is something that you can add to your playbook and do some more research on. And who knows, if I get 20 comments to say it, right side of the V, I'll fucking do a whole video breaking down how to look for the setups and how you can use it and how certain days in the market are a lot better to look for these setups. There's certain days which, if you're in the Discord chat room, you might have heard me mention. If you're not, I don't think I ever made a video or really talked about it, but it is a great setup that you can add to your playbook. And as always, guys, if you learn more stock market, crypto market, show your boy you like, love, show some comments. The YouTube algorithm doesn't really like me right now, so please show love. As always, peace.